Ladies and gentlemen, the landscape has changed. The deck has been reshuffled. We have entered a new chapter in WWE. And I gotta say, I'm excited. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 41 review. April 21st, 2022. So following what many are calling a lackluster WrestleMania, not necessarily a bad show, but a WrestleMania that did not live up to WrestleMania quality. I believe tonight's Raw might have given fans enough hope that things are going to be better. Things are going to get a lot better moving forward, because I have no idea what we're in store for when it comes to that ending. We ended tonight's Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker standing tall over CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Can you say New Dangerous Alliance? Now, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop comparing it to the past. I don't think this is a Dangerous Alliance situation. I think this is something completely new. Whatever it is, you got my attention already. You have my attention. The moment you added Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman, I said it was a wrap. This already works. Seth Rollins is just extra. I love it. And I'm thinking, that's not the only two people. We're going to get someone else. I'm thinking maybe, who could it be? Oh, man. A Bronson Reed? He's coming back very soon. And Ilya Dragunov? He's coming back very soon. Who's to say this is just a stable for one show? Paul Heyman, he can go on both shows. I have no idea what's about to happen, but I'm excited. Someone said Karrion Kross. Yes, sir. Put Karrion Kross in there. You got my attention on that one. I'm not going to say no to anything referencing Karrion Kross. After the promo he cut tonight, now, those of you who have not seen it, Karrion Kross, post-WrestleMania, went viral, cutting his own pipe bomb, if you will, on the WWE, mixing in a little bit of real life with the work shoot. You love to see it. We're going to talk about that. If you haven't seen it, my friends, you might want to find it. It's somewhere on the internet. Incredible work by Karrion Kross. Yeah, throw him in there. You're not going to get a single peep from me. I 100% will back Karrion Kross being in this group. But there was something about Paul Heyman standing in the ring with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman calling Seth Rollins the greatest wrestler, the best wrestler today. There's something about that that just works. Quite frankly, yeah. You want to say Seth Rollins is the best in-ring performer today? I'm not going to tell you no. You're not going to get a disagreement from me whatsoever. I know that for sure.
Great show. Lots of great setups for Backlash. Randy, Cena, Roman, Punk v Braun, Seth, Becky, Lyra IC title. Becky will do great things for that title.
I think we're going to get into that. There's a lot more to that particular feud than meets the eye. Because if Becky is a heel, that gave me some ideas for that IC title.
The Dangerous Alliance is coming back, baby.
And again, I don't want to compare it to the Dangerous Alliance. I want it to be its own thing. Clearly, it's Dangerous Alliance-esque. There are remnants of what Paul Heyman did with the Dangerous Alliance, but I'm sorry, I don't want to compare it to that. because it's going to be its own special thing.
I saw someone in Twitter asked, why have The Rock show up at WM41? Travis was the hit Cody, regarding Cena versus Cody match, and I answered, "'Cause then Rock would have shut Meltzer up on his WM41 report."
That's interesting. Yeah. Rock probably should have showed up just to shut Meltzer up. Just a little bit, even then. I don't know. I just personally feel like whatever they're getting ready to do with Heyman, Breaker, Seth, and whoever they bring in, I want it to be something completely different. That's all I'm going to say about that. The only thing people are talking about, John Cena opened up the show and let it be known that he currently has 27, now 26 dates left on his contract. And he let people know, not all of them are going to be wrestling matches. Most likely, 5 of those dates will be wrestling matches. We know one of his opponents, Randy Orton. Randy Orton will be his first opponent, RKOing him out of nowhere in that segment. Backlash will be live in St. Louis. That is Randy Orton's hometown. What a better way to close off their feud than one more match. Randy Orton, John Cena in St. Louis. For old time's sake. I'm excited for it. Now, Cena's not going to lose the match probably until he fights Cody again at Survivor Series. Maybe Madison Square Garden. But yeah, if they're doing, we're at 26 days now. 26 dates, not days. And he does one a week. He's not going to do one a week because that's not going to be enough. We'll have to see how they play that out. But he's not going to have a lot of dates left. And we have to see how he's booked throughout this time. But yeah, he's here for a limited amount of time. And so I believe the last day will be when he loses the title. It's basically a countdown until he actually does retire. And I respect the fact that John Cena has chosen to do it as a heel. And when I do get into the opening segment, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. Positive, by the way, about John Cena and his decision to be a heel. Because a lot of people aren't happy about it. They're up here saying that he should have done it as a babyface, which I go, no. This was the right call. And I'm happy he went this direction for his character. I am excited. I am excited for the final run of John Cena. Never thought I would say that, but I am. Becky Lynch defended the tag team titles with Lyra Valkyria and immediately lost them. Immediately lost them. And as soon as they lost them, Becky turned on Lyra. Becky is now a heel, even though she got a big pop attacking Lyra, which is expected because it's Becky Lynch. They haven't learned their lesson. They have not learned their lesson about trying to turn Becky Lynch heel. But you know what? She was due for a character change. She was due for a character change. I'm excited to see what they do with her. No, the fans are not going to boo her, but whatever. I'll take it. Now, Lyra, unfortunately, is going to lose that belt, as she should. And Becky is going to hold that belt. Probably have a feud with it against Bayley. Awesome. Excited about that. People are saying she should drop it right back to Lyra. No. No. Not until Lyra gets a character. The more I think about it, probably would have been a better idea to turn Lyra here. What I would love to do, I would love to see Lyra go heel and help Becky. Perhaps. Maybe they do something along the lines of Becky beats Lyra. Lyra sees the error of her ways and starts to learn from Becky. Then maybe we can do something where Lyra actually becomes a lot more darker, much more sinister than Becky. And then they do this thing where later on, after learning from Becky, she turns on Becky then, and then we do the whole, okay, darker villain, forcing Becky to go back to being a babyface, and then you get the belt back to Lyra. I'm spitballing here, rabbit hole, go with me there, but this idea that this is just to help Lyra. Lyra needs a character change herself. I'm happy Becky got her heel turn. Lyra also needs something different. But okay, Becky will feud with Lyra. She will win that IC title. Hold it for a little bit. Let's see what they do with that. Rusev Machka. That's right, Rusev came back tonight. No Lana, by the way. Although Lana has signed. Lana has been signed to a Legends deal, by the way. Excited about her. But, yeah. Both Lana and Rusev are back. Went out there and whooped Alpha Academy's ass, unfortunately. As much as I like Alpha Academy, they had that coming. They had it coming. New Day got the fuck out of there. They said, nope. Not today. This game's not over. I ain't messing with that, dude. They knew better. They knew better, and they were smart. Respect that. Other surprises. Stephanie Baker came out to confront Io Sky, and they had a match, only to be attacked by Roxanne Perez. Good to have her back. And Julia. Oh my goodness. Julia and Roxanne Perez? Rhea Ripley went out to save them, and then let Io Sky know, I'm coming for that title. Jey Uso celebrated his championship win. I saw Sami Zayn go out there, and it looked like Sami was teasing a heel turn for like 10 seconds. I'm like, Sami's not gonna, okay. Because there was that part where he was yeeting, and then we see Sami standing behind him. I say, is Sami gonna turn heel on him? Nah, not Sam. Okay, thank God. Yeah. Because even I'm like, I don't know if Sami would work as a heel. I don't know if that would work. Now, Gunther, the former champion, wasn't very happy about losing his belt, and he took his anger out on the commentators. He attacked Pat McAfee. Pat's going to go away, because that's usually how it works. He comes in for a certain period of time, and then goes away, and then comes back. Same thing. He's going away for a little bit. He'll be back. Michael Cole also got attacked, but he made it back out to the ring. So Gunther, I had a feeling that Gunther was gonna attack both. He just attacked Pat McAfee, and Michael Cole is okay. But apparently there's some heat now in Gunther attacking commentators. Let's see where that goes. The cracks are forming in the Judgment Day. JD McDonough returned to help Dominik Mysterio beat Penta, Cero Miedo, and when the Judgment Day was celebrating, they were celebrating without Finn. And Finn was just watching on like, okay guys, I'm right here. Remember me? Hi. No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, Finn's about to be kicked out the Judgment Day. And I can't wait for it. All this to say, no Rock. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to talk about that. See, I was holding out hope that he would appear on the Raw after WrestleMania. Again, after inserting himself into the WrestleMania storylines, I was thinking, all right, well, he's just not going to appear and then just go away. He has to insert himself somehow, right? No. He didn't insert himself at all. He seriously made that one appearance at Chamber and then said, deuces! Lord have mercy. You know what? Whatever. I'm not even trying to trip about it now. What they got set up has me very excited. It has me very excited. I am looking forward to seeing what they end up doing. And I would like, and I say this with respect, The Rock is one of the greatest of all time. I will always perceive him as an all-time great, because part of the reason why I became a wrestling fan is because of The Rock. He played a huge role in my wrestling fandom. I would like for us to try to create a WrestleMania without him. Because look, I want to see Rock versus Roman, and I would kill to have it. I am sick and tired of being pulled back and forth. I'm tired of this. Maybe he's going to do it, maybe he's not. Look, if he's not going to do Rock and Roman, if we're not going to do Rock and Roman, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. And I say that with kindness. If Rock's not going to be here weekly to help contribute to storylines, I'm not even saying he has to wrestle. Fine, don't wrestle. But be here. But if you're not going to be here, bro, I don't want us to once again get invested into something that he's involved in and then be left disappointed. I'm sorry. I was sorely disappointed that he wasn't there at WrestleMania, and it ruined my experience. And so, I would like it, and I say this with kindness, if The Rock is not going to be here consistently to help these stories, don't insert yourself, bruh. Only show up when you know you're going to be here. Now, if he comes back and he's regularly here, by all means, I would love to have him. But this coming in, leaving, coming in, leaving, bad blood, leaving, chamber, leaving. Nah, my friend. No, sir. Don't do that no more. Don't do that. I'd rather you just not be here. If you're not going to be here like you was last year, he was here last year. And then he wrestled, and then he was involved at WrestleMania. If he's not going to be in it, I don't want to see him. Period. I don't want to see him. So the next time that The Rock is here on WWE television, it better be because he's here. And he's going to be here. Consistently involved. That's it. Now we'll see what happens on SmackDown. We still got to see what happens to Cody. We still got to see what happens to Bianca Belair. Other people are coming in. Aleister Black is coming in. We're getting that awesome WrestleMania-worthy triple threat three-way tag team championship ladder match. I'm excited about what the WWE has in store for us. And I would like to focus on that. I want WWE to hyper-focus on the talent they have now. Because what we have is a great roster. A great roster of talent. Let's not get people's expectations focused on anybody else. That's kind of why I was hoping The Rock would come in and have this match against Roman Reigns so we can be done with it. So then we can look forward to something else. Right? Write the last chapter in your career. Go into the Hall of Fame. Right off into the sunset. But unfortunately, even though I do believe he is going to be making some appearances this year, I think he's wrapping up filming with Moana, whatever the hell he's doing films for. I want to get us to a point where we're not relying on The Rock anymore. Because that's what hurt WrestleMania this year. What hurt WrestleMania ultimately this year was this expectation that The Rock was going to be here. The Rock was going to be here. The Rock was going to be here. We're looking forward to The Rock. And it made everything else feel like it didn't matter. Nah, man. I don't want that to happen no more. So, if The Rock shows up, great. Please be here consistently. But I'm not going to sit here and just hope and pray that he shows up. Because I'm going to be sorely disappointed. I'm going to be sorely disappointed every single time. I want to focus on Braun Breaker. I want to focus on Seth Rollins. I want to focus on CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I want to focus on Becky Lynch. I want to focus on Rusev. I want to focus on John Cena having his last year. Talk about a man with a Hollywood schedule. You don't think John Cena is a busy man? Yeah, he's making time 27 days. 27 dates, excuse me. 27 dates to have one last run. Where are you, Rock? Again, watch him pop up. Watch him pop up eventually and say, hey, look, what had happened? No, I'm not trying to hear it, Rock. I'm not trying to hear, no, what had happened was. You couldn't have at least appeared via satellite? Nah. I think we need to focus on other people. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Raw after WrestleMania. This was a hell of an episode. I felt when it was all said and done that WWE hit the reset button. And I hope we keep it that way. Y'all ready to talk about it? Let's talk about it. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate. After the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord, follow me on Blue Sky where the skies are clearer, and give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the takest of the talkest. Donate using the PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justAlexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. And please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alex guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alex guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. And many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today, right here in Alex's World. Big shout out to the new partners. We have ourselves a new brand who wants to be a part of Alex's World. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a second and welcome Dokkio. Dokkio is an AI tool that will help organize whatever you need them to organize. Whether it's your emails, whether it's your documents, whether it's your PDF files, maybe you're a college student and you need them to sort some things. Maybe you have a couple of video files on Dropbox. You want to be able to find them in case they get lost. Dokkio is here to help you stay organized. But don't get it from me. How's about we get a quick word from our partners before we get to those shout outs. This broadcast is partnered by Dokkio. Look, I won't lie to you. I suck at staying organized. I've made so many thumbnails and scripts that I can't even tell you where half of them are anymore. And the worst part, I always realize I need them right in the middle of creating or editing something. I've literally had to recreate entire files from scratch because it was faster than finding the original. And that's where Dokkio comes in. Dokkio is basically an AI personal assistant that finds and collects all your files across multiple platforms, whether it's Google Drive, Dropbox, Gmail, OneDrive, you name it, and it gives you one clean, organized workspace. It doesn't just show you where your files are, it understands what they are and organizes them accordingly. In my case, it's good to have something that organizes my thumbnails, in case I need to go back to reuse them for future broadcasts. So if your digital life is a hot mess like mine, do yourself a favor. Go to trydokkio.com/Alyx. Once you see how fast and easy it is to find your stuff, you won't want to go back. So don't wait. Sign up for Dokkio and get organized today. Yes, thank you everybody for showing love to Dokkio once again, the new partners of this broadcast. Check out that link. Trust me, if you are disorganized like me, you might need this AI tool. Show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shouty Nice and Fires the Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Khalil does everything. Highway Dylan, Danger, Teflon Don the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, and of course Big MGM. Now, this was a busy weekend. A very busy weekend for my moderators. They had to do not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 live streams. This is the 5th one. So guess what I'm gonna do? I want you guys to show the mods some love because they put in the work and I am giving them the rest of the week off. Because I'm a nice guy. That's right, guys. You get the rest of the week off. But bring your ass back next week. Playing with you. But you know what I mean. I'm a generous person. And for real talk, thank you mods. for being here and keeping this a safe space for the hundreds, thousands of people that visit this channel every week. It's appreciated. You might not feel it, but we do appreciate you. Also, be sure you like the video. I appreciate those people who like the video. You want to know why? Because the more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Before we get to the super chats, quick shout out to the new international super chat champion, Lauren Biggs. That's right. Unfortunately, Ronwell Nogales was dethroned on Saturday. Lauren Biggs cashed in and is now the new international champ. Now, we don't know how long she'll be able to hold it because she has to turn around and immediately defend the belt at Backlash coming up. So let's see if she'll be able to hold it. I have a feeling she got a few tricks. She got a few tricks up her sleeve. And to no one's surprise, 3 Diglets retained the World Super Chat Champion with a whopping $917. Now check this out. Coming in second place was Ronwell Nogales. That's right, the former international champ Ronwell actually decided to save his money for the world title. But see, Ronwell soon realized that when you swim in this ocean, them sharks in these waters. And 3 Diglets was too much of a shark for him. And so he got out of the water. Now right behind him, respect to this guy too, Drew Usher. Drew Usher was also battling for the belt. But unfortunately, I think Drew Usher got a sense of that 3 Diglets aura and said, "No sir, I'm out." He couldn't handle 3 Diglets' aura. And so, 3 Diglets retained. Now I'm being corrected. It's $922. My bad. I missed it by $5. Regardless, that's close to $1,000 by 3 Diglets. And once again, thank you, 3 Diglets. Thank you to everyone who contributed. And all the donations. The donations this past weekend were insane. Absolutely insane. And I'm always grateful. Because you don't have to do that, guys. And I want you to know, the money that you send always goes right back into the channel. I told y'all, like, y'all gonna wake up and y'all gonna be seeing new things. As you've been seeing. Every week, or at least every other month, you're seeing different things, different editions. Because before, there was no live stream, live chat here. It wasn't looking this good. You didn't have no green screen background. Now all that's here. It's all looking good because of y'all. And I thank you for it. And I'm going to keep improving. Now, a little bit of a caveat to 3 Diglets' championship win. Even though he is defending the belt at Money in the Bank, he wants a certain Corp CA to know that anytime you want it, you want some, come get some. Now, I don't know what happened to Corp CA. After he lost the belt in a weird fashion, a way that even 3 Diglets was like, why, bro? Why? He just disappeared. Nowhere to be found. I have no idea where he is. But we'll see. 3 Diglets did let us know that when Corp CA shows up, he would be willing to give him a shot whenever he wanted.
See how better it is without Rock messing up things.
Yeah, it's just... Again, I don't mind Rock being here, but he really needs to make up his mind. Are you gonna be here? Or are you just taking up space? Because it felt like he was taking up space. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to rant on The Rock. I love The Rock, but
that chapter is closed, Alyx.
Oh my goodness. I guess Three Diggers has decided he's moving on from Corp CA. He's done giving charity work, I suppose. Well, look. Whether Corp CA appears later to take the belt, or we have another challenger step up. Understand something. When you come for the king, when you come from Three Dillicks, when you come from Three Diglets, I can't talk right now because I'm talking about the kid stealing, willing, dealing, son of a gun. When you come for Three Diglets, and you come for the king, you best not miss. So we'll see what happens. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, if you want Corp CA to return, all you gotta do is say his name. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Corp CA. Where the hell is Corp CA? By the way, Three Diggers is not defending it at SummerSlam. He will be defending it at Money in the Bank. And I think if he does defend it again, it will be at Clash in Paris? Right? Clash in Paris, right? That's coming after SummerSlam. Same month, by the way. So, still, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. All right, shout-outs. The best shout-out, of course, is going to A&B Combos, Wrestling Edition, the premier reaction channel here in the YouTube space. Now, this weekend, A&B Combos couldn't do their usual reactions, because we all know, if A&B Combos was able to be there in them seats and do those reactions, the wrestling world would be watching. Now, I saw a couple of reactions used in that video package for WrestleMania, and I said, this don't feel right. I thought it didn't feel right not having Rock here, but I said, where the hell is A&B Combos? But y'all got lucky. You got lucky that they couldn't sell those tickets. WWE said, nah, A&B, you too valuable. We need you here in the arena because your aura makes WrestleMania feel like WrestleMania. And that, unfortunately, is why you didn't get no reactions. But don't worry. You will get reactions because it's coming back. Best believe it's gonna be awesome. That is such a horrible catchphrase. I hate it. Why is Carmelo Hayes with The Miz? Can we get rid of him, please? As in The Miz? Anyway, it's good to have you here at A&B Combos. Apparently, they're going to be uploading footage of their WrestleMania weekend. Can't wait for it. Should be great. I see Game Shock. I see June Heat. I see Trey Lucado. Shadow Star. Rickardy. Yeah. Nails Wrestle Talk. Ed Snark. I see Brian Cutler. I see JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. I also see J-Dog. Hey, JJ. Is this a brother? Is this a family member? We got JJ Bulldog and then J-Dog. What's going on here? We got the dogs in the house. Hur, hur, hur. Is that what I gotta do now? Every time I see J-Dog, give you that Braun Breaker. Is that what we gotta do? Brevin Stinger. Brevin says, hey, Alyx, you should know that back in the old days in NXT, it was Becky all along, the one who attacked Bayley at WrestleMania 41 last night. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we know we gotta do that. You knows that's what we gotta do. You knows it. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and move on. Well, let me do a couple more. Joseph Winters. Again, respect to Drew Usher, who's being quiet right now. I appreciate him for showing up and continuing to contribute to the channel, and I appreciate that. Aaron Teagle, Isaac, Joe Arredondo, and one more. There's a lot of people in here. I want to show everybody love. The last one's going to go to YouTube member Ed Young. All right. I would love to say everybody's name, but we got a lot to get to. Thank you so much for your contributions, for being here live, for showing your love to me throughout WrestleMania weekend. Let's end it strong. Let's end it on a strong note. with this WWE Raw after WrestleMania review. So, first things first, let's talk about the champ is here, John Cena. So, I said I was going to open up with a tangent about John Cena. I believe what John Cena is doing is the kind of stuff that makes legends. One of my biggest issues with this whole argument that John Cena is the greatest of all time is this fake, false idea that he was always beloved. Everyone always loved Cena. Everyone thought he was the greatest of all time. Everyone always thought he was the GOAT. Everyone always thought he was the centerpiece of WWE. And that was never true. That was never true. I know the truth about John Cena. I've been around long enough to know the truth. The man has been hated by the fans for a majority of his career. For a majority of his career. Whether it's earned or not, that heat that he's gotten is a part of who he is. And I think John Cena said, if I was going to end my career, it needs to be as a heel. It needs to be as a villain. And he could have easily come back, had a babyface run, won the title as a babyface, closed it as him being a babyface. You could have done that. But why? What would that have done? Who does that put over? Why not instead do something unprecedented? Why not use his last run to elevate not just him to a level, because a heel run for John Cena, number 17, breaking Ric Flair's record, why not use that to elevate others? He has 27 dates. You already know part of that's going to Randy Orton, CM Punk. We're going to have another match between him and Cody Rhodes. Who else can he fight? Who else is he going to fight? Why not use this time to have one last United States Championship run with John Cena? And here's my thing. One of the things that separates John Cena from all the other legends. We talk about Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, Triple H, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, you name it all. What I love about John Cena is how aware he is. I believe more than anyone else, he has his finger on the pulse. Him and Triple H, they're special. I feel like they're more in tune with the fans than anybody else that I know. Probably the next closest to them would be Rock, but Rock's not here. And again, like, Rock would be doing so much for WWE if he just focused on WWE, but he's a Hollywood actor. First and foremost. Anyways, when you're seeing John Cena go out there and you see him make that entrance where he completely eliminated all colors. There is no color. There's no color. It's just black and white John Cena. He goes out there, crowds chanting for him, cheering for him. He has the announcer get inside the ring and say, the greatest of all time, the last real WWE champion, the 17 that you can't see, John Cena. Crowd lost their minds, started chanting Cena. He had the crowd chanting, we are sorry. We are sorry. He turned around and said, yes, you're the sorriest pieces of garbage I've ever seen. John Cena has solidified himself as someone that understands what it takes, what it needs to be done to create the best TV possible. And he's made up his mind. He's made up his mind that, no, I'm not going to be a good guy. I'm a villain now. I'm going to use this last year to elevate WWE beyond me. You surpassed me. So now I am going to end my career doing the one thing I could not do, and that's be a villain. So now we're at a point where John can now make that argument that he is maybe truthfully the greatest of all time. Now, we all have our Mount Rushmore of greats. For me, Austin, Rock, Undertaker. I don't know. Do I want to say Hogan? Nah, I think Hogan lost that spot. I would have said Hogan if he wasn't such a jerk. If I'm being fair, Hogan would be there. But fuck Hogan. I'm replacing him with Ric Flair. You know what? Fuck Ric Flair too. Shawn Michaels. That's a much better Mount Rushmore. And I'm not changing it now. Austin, Taker, Rock, Shawn Michaels. Deal with it. Deal with it. Greatest of all time. But if we're talking about solidifying yourself as one of the all-time greats, this run's going to do it. I already know this run's going to be awesome. You have Randy Orton go out there, give him that RKO. I already said that's going to be a great match. Can't wait for it. St. Louis Backlash. When is Backlash, by the way? Isn't that like in a couple of weeks? That's coming up real soon, right? Hold on. WWE Backlash 2025 is May 10th. It's literally in 3 weeks. Right? Y'all, it's in 3 weeks. You blink and it's here. So there you go. May 10th will be Backlash. You already know that match is going to kick ass. See, this is the kind of championship reign I'm looking forward to. It's going to be old school. There's going to be stories. And it's going to be layered. And you know he's going to go through his greatest hits. His best feuds. And when it's all said and done, tell you what, if you want to call John Cena the greatest of all time, if by the end of this run, people want to start calling him the greatest of all time, I might not agree, but I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. I have accepted John Cena as WWE's greatest of all time. That's who they choose. They don't choose Hogan. They don't choose Austin. They don't choose Rock. They choose Cena. And I'm okay with that now. Because of him deciding to end his career as a heel. Whether the fans like it or not, they're not going to like it, but guess what? That's his choice. Because he decided that, all props to him. Yes, I will call him the greatest of all time. If that's what WWE wants, I'm fine with that. There's only a few wrestlers that I know that can come up here and say, I'm the greatest of all time, and I go, yeah, absolutely. Again, Austin, Rock, Taker, Shawn, Brett, Randy if he wanted to. John Cena? Yeah. Okay. CM Punk? Yeah. Bryan Danielson? Yeah. AJ Styles? Yeah. But now John Cena? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So looking forward to seeing Mr. Cena versus Randy Orton one more time in St. Louis. Next up, we had ourselves a women's tag team championship match featuring the newest tag team champs, Miss Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria taking on the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Let's just get right to the ending. Liv and Raquel win their belts clean. Just straight up clean. No interference. Lyra just lost. She just lost for her team. Becky gets up afterwards, helps her up to her feet, and then knocks her ass down. And then hits her with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 manhandle slams. And the crowd loved it. The crowd popped for Becky doing all this to poor Lyra. They actually went crazy. They went crazy for her. And it reminded me of when Becky turned heel at SummerSlam in 2018. And I'll say this. I feel like this one was warranted. The heel turns she's had in 2018 and then the one in 2021 were all forced. They were all forced. Fans were not going to boo her. This one feels justified. This one feels right. I'm still not going to boo Becky. Sorry. But I'm interested to see what she does as a heel. Now, we know that she's going to beat Lyra Valkyria, as she should. I'm sorry, Lyra is not ready for this spot. They really want us to believe that Lyra is ready. She's not. She's really not. I'm sorry. So Becky should win that IC title and hold it for a little bit. Have a feud with Bayley. Looking forward to that. That's going to be great. Babyface Bayley versus Becky Lynch. All day, every day. That's probably what Bayley needs. I sat here and said that Bayley needs to turn heel. No. No, she doesn't. This is what she needs. Matter of fact, I can see that being a good feud. Becky and Bayley? Absolutely. Hell yeah. You got me excited. I'm not going to say no to that. But yes, once again, your tag team champs, Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I need to update this. Yeah, I need to update this cover really quickly. So let me go to my friend Zeno Enigma and get this updated. So while I'm getting this updated by my friend, let's talk about the return of Rusev Day. The New Day, speaking of a day, the New Day came out and they celebrated being the new tag team champs. And we were thinking, ain't no way that they're about to lose these belts to the Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy comes out and says, y'all lost to us in like 60 seconds. You're a 60-second man. 60-second man. And they said, all right, I want a piece of this. Come on out. And so they came out to the ring. And then they got a referee. And I'm sitting here going, all right, well, this is probably not going to be an interesting match. And then Rusev Buchiga. Rusev Mashka. Okay, he had a completely different theme song. A completely different theme song. And it was amazing. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And let me tell y'all something right now. If we're doing Rusev, excuse me one second, y'all. If we are doing Rusev Redeemer gimmick in WWE, there we go, updated. If we are doing this gimmick, but in WWE, I hope he wins the championship. See, I was a little worried about Rusev returning and perhaps being on SmackDown. Now, on Raw, much better chance of him being a world champion. Much better chance. And I hope he's a babyface, because right now, I feel like they're trying to book him as a heel. That's not going to go over well. He needs to be a babyface. Fans are ready to cheer him. They're ready to cheer him. Rusev Day. All day. And yes, Lana has been signed. Lana is there. She has been signed to a Legends deal. I'm excited about that. She's about to really do some great things for WWE. And I'm just happy he's back. Keep in mind, Rusev has been off TV for over a year. A year and a half. Because Tony Khan didn't know what to do with him. WWE gets him back and immediately throws him on TV. So, yeah, that's exciting. That's really exciting. I can't wait to see what they do with him. I think after this was Io Sky's confrontation with Stephanie McCurr. Io Sky comes out. Crowd loves her. And then she's confronted by, of all people, Stephanie McCurr. And then they said, so, this match that you want to see? We're not teasing it, actually. You're going to get it. Surprise! Io Sky versus Stephanie McCurr. And yes, it cooked. Little miscommunication there, but that's going to happen when you have two women with language barriers and they're both completely different languages. Like, think about it for a minute. Stephanie McCurr's English is not great, and so isn't Io Sky's. But that's okay, though. That's all right. They were able to work as best as they could. It was still a really good match. Great match. And then Roxanne, dun, dun, dun. Roxanne Perez went out there and interfered. And then Julia showed up. I'm like, is Julia a heel? Julia's a heel. Okay. I don't hate that, actually. I actually love her being a heel. Excited to see what she does. But yeah, Julia's a heel now. Cool. I didn't think she was. I thought she was a babyface. I genuinely thought she was a babyface, but now she's a heel. Great. All right. Rhea Ripley comes out. Gets face to face with Julia, and I said, "Give this to me." Okay. How about 2 for 2? 2 for 2. No, we're teasing this one. Fuck. They teased Rhea Ripley and Julia for a future date. That's cool. So Julia and Roxanne Perez go away, and then Rhea tells Io, "I'm coming for your belt. Best believe it." Yeah, I could have told y'all that. Rhea's basically biding her time, letting Io hold that belt for as long as she can before she goes, "Mine. Give me back my belt." Main event, Jey Uso. This one's going to be quick. Jey Uso comes out, celebrates with the crowd, yeeting all over the place. Pause. Even did the whole, one more time. Sami Zayn comes out, celebrates with him. And then there was that one moment where Jey Uso's yeeting, and then you see Sami Zayn standing behind him and looking at him, and I'm like, oh my God. Don't do it. He didn't do it. He teased a heel turn, but there was no heel turn that came from that. Thank God. Thank the Lord Almighty, because I was scared. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was terrified. But yeah, Jey Uso and Sami celebrate. Then Jimmy Uso comes out, they celebrate. Bloodline back together. Sami Uso, Jey Uso, love it. Afterwards, Gunther shows up after they leave, and he starts bothering the commentators. Gunther attacks Michael Cole, and then chokes out Pat McAfee. Completely chokes him out. Pat's carried off. I think this is them writing off Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee has been written off until SummerSlam season. So we're not going to see him again until later on this year. Because I know he always takes a break. No, wait. Isn't he supposed to take a break after SummerSlam? Usually I thought he shows up for half a year and then goes away after SummerSlam. So I don't know. We'll see how his schedule looks. But yeah, he chokes out Pat McAfee and that's it. And then we had Joe Tessitore come out to replace him. So Joe Tessitore and Michael Cole end up doing commentary for Dominik Mysterio and Penta. Now, the match was good, but JD McDonough, hey JD, good to have you back. JD McDonough returns, helps Dom win, so Dom retains the IC title against Penta. Dirty win, dirty Dom, but still a win. And then afterwards, you see Judgment Day celebrate with all their titles, and then you see Finn Balor off in the distance like, you sons of bitches. Y'all just gonna celebrate without me? Seriously? I no longer exist? I'm just here. The cracks are forming. Judgment Day is crumbling. Thank God. But yeah, they're all over Dom's nuts now. They're like, Dom is so goddamn good. So you know this is leading to a Finn Balor babyface turn. Looking forward to that. That's going to be great. Looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm ready for Judgment Day to be done. Like, real talk, I'm ready for Judgment Day to be over with because I'm sick of it. AJ Styles talked to Karrion Kross. Let's talk about it. So essentially, AJ Styles was talking about losing to Logan Paul. Logan Paul said that he'll take what he wants, which would mean the world title, maybe Money in the Bank. Get ready for it. AJ Styles is backstage talking about how you win some, you lose some. But then Karrion Kross showed up and said, what do you mean you win some, you lose some? I gave you an opportunity to take out a man who didn't belong here. And you failed. You didn't pull the trigger. And then AJ said, if I had used those brass knucks, that win would not have meant anything. Maybe you would do better to learn from that. So it looks like we're doing a legit program with AJ Styles and Karrion Kross. So earlier today, can we talk about it? Karrion Kross went viral for this amazing post-WrestleMania worked shoot promo that he cut on this program with Sam Roberts and somebody else. Forgot her name. And he was talking about AJ Styles losing. But he worked it into a completely different promo that came from the heart. It was fucking awesome. And I'm going to read you the transcript if I can. Because here's what he said. He says, let's talk about how awesome it is that Logan Paul just won. And let's talk about what Logan Paul represents. The shortcut. Feels so good to be here. Feels so good to be in the business. Thinking about all the funerals I wasn't able to attend. All the holidays I missed over the last 11 years. You know, I could have just started a YouTube channel and then just jumped right in. Did it myself. Feels good, right? It's awesome. It's really good. So he's better that Logan Paul can take a shortcut to the top. Not work as many dates. And get a lot more attention and a lot more TV time than him. He's right. Scarlett Bordeaux was also on this show. She says, do you know we have 25 years combined of combined experience? And what were we doing at WrestleMania? What are we doing at WrestleMania? Karrion Kross continues. He says, well, they know. Pointing to the commentators, the people running the show. Because they're normal human beings who actually love professional wrestling. But apparently, that doesn't mean shit anymore. That doesn't mean shit. He continues. He says, all I asked Alan to do. Alan is AJ Styles' real name. Yeah, he's completely gone off script. This is a work, shoot the bomb, work, shoots. He says, all I asked Alan to do was, for once, to not think about yourself. For not to think about for himself. To think about everybody in the back. To think about the professional wrestling business. To think about professional wrestling fans. That's all he wanted. Then he said, sometimes, to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But because he's a narcissist, he had to do it his way. This is where it gets crazy now. He says, hey, Alan, how many more WrestleManias do you have left in you? 1? Maybe this was your last one. And you pissed it away for what? For your way? Thanks. Really appreciate it. He goes on to say, you want to know the best advice I got? It was from Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg. 2021. Back when I was in the Twilight Zone. Wrestling for gasoline. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. Bill goes, hey, Kross, you remind me a lot of you. And then he said, because he asked him for advice, Karrion Kross asked him for advice. Goldberg told him, just be a good soldier. You want to get to the top in WWE? Just be a good soldier. So Karrion Kross decided to be a good soldier. You know what that got him? Released. Yeah, he went there. And when he came back, you know what being a good soldier gets you? Let me clue you in. Being a good soldier gets your time cut. Being a good soldier means people come up to you and say, hey, got any great ideas? You bring them some amazing something from Scarlett, and then they say, no, that's a little too great. We were just going for some good ideas. That's for the top guys. You're not a top guy, Karrion Kross. Being a good soldier is coming back to your hometown where you cut your teeth. Your hometown where you grew up and not even being booked on the card. Everyone's been telling me, you gotta become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it. They shut it down. I never asked to wrestle Randy. That happened organically, and you ignored it for a viral moment. And the crowd told you exactly how they felt about me being eliminated on SmackDown that one time, and you ignored it. And then he says, you want a viral moment? On behalf of all the true fans of professional wrestling, hey, guy in the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. And that's from Killer Kross. Yo! Where did that come from? That was spectacular. That was one of those promos after you watched it, you went, was that real? Or was that worked? And you don't know. You don't know how much of it was real and how much of it was a work. I think a good portion of it was a work, but there was some real feelings in there. Part of that has to be real for that promo to work. I remember the same promo, the type of promo that Miz cut against Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan on that SmackDown. On Smack Talk. Talk Smack. Talk Smack, Smack Talk with Renee Paquette, Renee Young. Same thing. You watch the promo and you go, was that supposed to happen? Because I don't know. That was great. And watching that promo honestly makes me wish that he does get some TV time, that he does get featured, that he does eventually get an opportunity to shine. Like, he deserves a feud. Real talk, y'all. He deserves a feud on TV. He's earned it. Like, he's busted his ass long enough to at least earn something from it. And I hope he gets it. Like, real talk, I hope he gets it. I hope that he ends up enjoying the fruits of his labor, because that's one of those things where a guy like Karrion Kross rarely gets an opportunity to do anything, right? He rarely gets an opportunity to be featured, to be seen, to be recognized. I hope he gets recognized here. You feel me? I hope he gets recognized. I hope somebody in the back watched that promo and said, you know what, let's give him something. He doesn't have to win the feud. He's not going to beat AJ Styles. He's not going to be a world champion. But man, he should be on TV a lot more after that promo. Because he's earned it, man. He's earned it. The main event segment, of course, was that Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker segment. That was incredible. So, Seth Rollins comes out, starts talking, and at first they were singing his theme, and then not too long after that, we hear a "fuck you, Heyman," and then boos for Seth Rollins. He says he is the visionary who took the wise man from Roman, who stole CM Punk's best friend, and he is now the winner of the main event. And then CM Punk said, yeah, screw all that. Punk comes out, take fists, ready to whoop some ass. He attacks Seth Rollins. And then turns his attention to Paul Heyman. And said, your ass is mine. Your ass is grass. And then Seth Rollins attacks him from behind. Curb stomp lays him out. And then Roman Reigns shows up. And you're thinking, all right, probably going to be the same thing. Spear to Seth Rollins. And then Superman punch to Paul Heyman. And then sets up Paul Heyman for a spear. And I'm thinking, what's about to happen here? Because it shows Roman out of focus. There's no one else around him. So Roman goes with goes to spear Paul Heyman. A man runs into the ring with a hoodie on. Hits Roman with the spear. Takes off the hoodie. It's Braun Breaker. I lost my mind. I said, oh shit, Braun Breaker as a Paul Heyman guy. Yes. I love it. And then they proceed to whoop CM Punk and Roman Reigns' ass. Breaker spears Roman through the barricade, throws him inside the ring. Seth curb stomps Punk again, and then curb stomps Roman. And then we end the show with Paul Heyman getting on the microphone. And saying that Seth Rollins is indeed the best wrestler alive. He said it. He said that he is the best wrestler alive. And then Paul Heyman then says that it's just not him, though. We also have the next big thing. He didn't say the next big thing, but he might as well have said it. Braun Breaker. And then we end the show with them raising their hands. And look, I don't know where this is going. I'm not going to say this is a dangerous alliance. I don't know. I would love for it to be. But whatever they started here, you can just tell. Whatever they started here, it's going to be special. It feels special. It feels like it's going to be something that's going to take WWE to a whole new level. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And again, like, I want to see how this plays through, because I don't want to give it any kind of expectations. I don't want to sit here and say the next Dangerous Alliance. Nah, whatever it's going to be, I'm ready for it. Give it to me. Just tell a good story. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to put any more expectations on anything. I learned my lesson with The Rock. Because I feel like my experience with WrestleMania was ruined because I had these expectations that were never fulfilled. And I'm done with that. So no, I'm not going to compare it to the Dangerous Alliance. Just give me something. Give me something that's entertaining and I'm ready for it. And I will receive it. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman. You can't go wrong with that. You just can't. I'm ready for it. Are you? I know I am. But that's my thoughts. That is my thoughts on Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Give me your thoughts about Monday Night Raw below. What's your grade? What's your score? 1 out of 10. What do you rate this episode of Monday Night Raw? For me, it gets an A. It was... Honestly, it was better than both nights of WrestleMania. It was. It was better than both nights of WrestleMania. And it left me excited for the future. So, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Raw after WrestleMania. Oh, look at these scores. Joe Arredondo, 10 out of 10. JJ Bulldog, 9 out of 10. SD Kai, 10 out of 10. Demel, is it Damel or Demel? I think it's Demel. Idlebird, 9.5 out of 10. A and B Combos gives Raw an A++. It was excellent. Trey Lucado gave it a 7.75 out of 10. Might as well give it an 8. JJ Bulldog, yeah, this was better than Mania. Even Elimination Chamber was better than Mania. Elimination Chamber is the best show they had all year. It's probably going to be the best show they had all year, quite frankly. Nails Wrestle Talk, 10 out of 10. Joseph Winters, 9 out of 10. Dylan Danger, 10 out of 10. Yeah, this was a great Raw after WrestleMania. Better than WrestleMania, honestly. Yes, Lyra and Becky won the belts just to lose them and set up a Becky Lynch heel turn. Absolutely. Lauren Biggs says Raw was 1,000 curb stumps out of 1,000. No shows this week will top Mania. We'll see. We'll see. Apparently, The Rock is going to be on Pat McAfee tomorrow. Is that true? Is that true? Breaking news. Breaking news. Looking forward to it. Yep. It's official. The Rock will be making an appearance on Pat McAfee tomorrow. Yo, are you serious? Wow. Wow. So yeah, The Rock did, it is official. The Rock will be on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow. Are you serious? Yep. It just announced. I just saw it. Here. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me pull it up here on the screen. Let me like the tweet. Go. It's so fucked up, but it's also so infuriating that so you do exist. So you do exist. Yeah. 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get it up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it up for you. Yes, here it is. There's your proof. There's your proof, ladies and gentlemen. Wild. That is wild. I got nothing. I got nothing to say. Like, he couldn't be bothered to show up at WrestleMania. Couldn't be bothered to show up on the Raw at WrestleMania, but he'll appear on the Pat McAfee show. Yo! Oh my God. Well, The Rock's gonna be here, I guess. I guess The Rock. I guess he's gonna appear in a WWE program. He don't give a fuck. At least he's showing up. At least he's showing up. But that's ridiculous. He can appear for Pat McAfee, but not WrestleMania. Okay. That's funny. I'm sorry. I cannot believe, like, you couldn't appear for one night at WrestleMania, or at least the Raw after WrestleMania. But here you are, showing up on Pat McAfee's show. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I got no words for that. I got no words. That's booty cheeks. Well, give me your thoughts. He gonna miss both WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania and say, oh, by the way, I'll be on the Pat McAfee show. See you there. And yeah, he's gonna have a big appearance. He's gonna probably get a ton of views. That's just ridiculous, though. A&B Combos, what's your reaction to this? What's your reaction to this? I gotta see Steven Sandrich's reaction to this. Like, what would Steven Sandrich say? I might have to send this to Steven, just to genuinely gauge his reaction to it. You gonna miss both nights of WrestleMania. You gonna miss the Raw after WrestleMania, and then show up on the Pat McAfee show. I look forward to seeing Steven's reaction to it. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, like that. There's something off about that. That don't even feel right to me. That don't feel right. It don't feel right. And what's he gonna talk about? He gonna talk about WrestleMania? He has to, right? I mean, you're the boss. Now watch this. Watch him say he's gonna be on. I swear to God, if he shows up on the Pat McAfee show and says he'll be on Friday Night SmackDown, that's gonna piss me off even fucking more. Cause that's what I think is getting ready to happen. Now he's gonna probably say, "Oh, by the way, The Rock is officially back, and I'll be back on SmackDown." Yo, A&B Convos, when y'all do your podcast this weekend, rip this apart, please. Like, you have my full permission to rip it apart. Because that's... Someone said he might talk about something else. Yo, what's he going to talk about? I mean, SmackDown is his show, so he might just appear on SmackDown to confront Cody Rhodes. And then perhaps build to that match finally. Maybe do something else. So let's see here. WWE has retired the Universal title. Roman Reigns is recognized as the final champion. Good. He held that belt longer than anyone else. Yeah, y'all have fun with that, A&B Combos. You have my permission to rip them apart. But that's wild, bro. Like, I cannot believe he did not show up at WrestleMania. Or Raw after WrestleMania, but will make an appearance on the Pat McAfee show. Alright. At least he's showing up somewhere. Right? At least he's alive and he's showing up somewhere. But that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to me. Not trying to be an asshole about it. But for real, that's just ridiculous. Alright. Someone said he'll just drop another mystery box and leave again, probably. Rock, why you ghosting us, bruh? No idea. Anyways, guys, I'm tired. I had a long weekend. So as much as I would like to be here to talk to y'all, I'm going to call it here. There it is. That concludes WrestleMania. WrestleMania week, WrestleMania weekend. Whatever happens on SmackDown, we'll talk about it on Saturday. We'll cover it on Saturday. Unless The Rock, like, if The Rock appears literally tomorrow and says, I'm going to be there on SmackDown, then I'll be here afterwards on Friday night. But if he's not going to be here on Friday, then I can review SmackDown on Saturday. It's a better time anyways. But give me your thoughts down below. Thank you for the great weekend, guys. It was a beautiful WrestleMania weekend. Everything about it. The views, the donations. Super Chat Champs, 3 Diglets, Lauren Biggs. Once again, you made this channel one of the premier places for wrestling. I didn't hit my goal of 50K subscribers, but I'm getting close. I know I can hit it by SummerSlam. I wanted to hit it by WrestleMania. We're going to hit it by SummerSlam. We're going to hit 50K by SummerSlam, and when that happens, we're going to have a big celebration. Best believe that. So, until then, thank you all for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. I love you all. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space. For wrestling fans like you, I love you all. Peace. When you're oh, we love you.